Wheel Warlock is actually doing pretty well right now, but you definitely need to know how to play this deck if you want to have optimal results. I tried it last time on stream and I didn't do too well with it, but I can definitely see it has a lot of potential, and some top Legend players are definitely doing great with it. So I'm gonna give you a quick guide about it, talk about the mulligans, win rates, as well as some general tips so you know what to expect with and against it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be awesome. But now, let's get into the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the variant I used, and it's pretty strong. It's actually running a lot of the starship pieces, which is one of your actual win conditions, but they are more of a stabilization tool more than anything else. It's a lot of defensive parts, which are going to give you lifesteal, armor, all of that good stuff, so you can actually live long enough for the wheel to actually take effect, or maybe you can just take him over with Kill Jaden, and in some cases you honestly even just win with very big men a lot sooner than you're supposed to have them. Going through the cards, we have a couple of consumes. These are going to be extremely powerful for you both for the healing and for you to actually get your 8/8s a lot sooner. We have a single Glacial Shard in here, which is basically another defense tool for you so you can actually freeze some big men and handle them a lot easier. This also is going to help you draw extra cards with the help of cards like Slippery Slope, and this way you get to freeze something on the board, maybe freeze the opponent's face, and heck, you could even freeze your own face because you don't really care about it too much. You don't have weapons or anything like that. So for a very niche scenario where you actually have a single minion on the opponent's board, and you have 5 mana in both the cards and you really want to be drawing a ton, you could just freeze a minion, freeze the opponent's face once, and freeze your own face another time, and that's going to be 3 frozen characters for you to be drawing extra cards. We have Mortal Coil in here. It's basically for cycling. It's also working pretty well for you with things like Eternal Layover, because with the Reborn, after they come back, they're going to be at 1 health, so this is going to be a no-brainer for you, I guess. But the most effective way for you to be doing a basically full board clear would be with a well-set-up, well-timed Ultralisk Cavern. So you basically have this, let's say, on turn 3, and on turn 4 you can do Eternal Layover, bring everything back to life with 1 health, and get it done with the Ultralisk after that. But if you're actually doing this against Divine Shield enemies like, let's say, Ziliax, then the Mortal Coil will definitely come in with the clutch. We have Heart of the Legion here. It's a nice little lifesteal starship piece for you, and the cool part about this thing is it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to heal a lot with the help of the Fellfire Thrusters, which have Spell Burst, deal this minion's damage to 2 random enemies, and with the lifesteal on top of that, you're basically healing back to full if the starship is nice and big. The Slippery Slope, like I said, are gonna be pretty nice for you to actually freeze some important men, but you could also be getting a lot of card draw with this, so that would be lovely. Cursed Campaign is in here, and this is going to be extremely powerful on cards like Arcanite Defense Crystal, especially good on cards like Ancient of Yore, that kind of stuff, so you can be getting a lot of extra utility out of this thing. The Fellfire Thrusters, like I said, pretty nice for controlling the early board, as well as healing back to full once the starship is actually launched, that kind of stuff. Definitely don't go out of your way actually triggering this thing on the first time you play it. Like, you could just curve it out on turn 3 without activating the spell burst. It's not going to be critical for you. We have a single copy of Nidus Worms in here, and the reason for that is, well, you just don't have that many Zerg cards. The only Zerg cards we have here are the couple of consumes, as well as a couple of locations, which are definitely essential, but still, we're not going to run a second copy of this. Because the second one in most cases is going to be empty and it gives you absolutely nothing, unlike the Protoss one and the Terran one. This just doesn't do anything when you don't draw anything. The Ultralisk Cavern, absolutely broken in the deck still. You get to play this as soon as you can, on turn 2 perhaps, would even be worth coining, so you can actually get the 8/8s a lot sooner. And a cool little mechanic you could be abusing with this thing would be to actually set up your Summoner Dark Marrow. Summoner Dark Marrow is in here mainly because he allows you to bring the Death Knight cards in here, but he's also extremely powerful with the Ultralisk Cavern, because this indeed is a Death Rattle card, so technically if you coin this thing out on turn 2, use it. On turn 3, do whatever. On turn 4, you get to use this again, and maybe play Summoner Dark Marrow, coin out Consume, and that's gonna give you a couple of 8/8s on turn frickin' 4 with the coin. Although, I used the coin twice now, didn't I? So yeah, it's more of a turn 5 kind of play in most cases. But it's definitely very worth knowing that you could be abusing Dark Marrow a lot this way. Again, I told you Eternal Layover also works amazingly well with the Cavern, so definitely don't always use this as soon as you put it. Like, if you are thinking you are gonna need the Eternal Layover clear, it might definitely be worth holding back on the usage. But yeah, it's definitely super strong. Eternal Layover also has another benefit for you. You could be getting a lot of extra starship pieces with this thing. You could also trigger the Cursed campaign this way, all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's also pretty good getting yourself extra Arcanite Defense Crystal triggers this way, and they also go into your starship. Same can be said for the Fellfires going into the starship and the Heart of the Legion, that kind of stuff. So it's not a very one-dimensional card. You could be using it in all sorts of different ways, but the main use is for hard removal indeed. Other than that, Summoner Dark Marrow could be used again for Arcanite Defense Crystal, especially if the opponent is not really in the business of trading your things. You could be doing something like a turn 8 or 9 Summoner into Arcanite Defense Crystal just for the sake of actually triggering the armor, because if you're against the burn deck, well, maybe they're just gonna ignore this. So that's also something to think about, but yeah, that's about the end of the extent of the way you can use this guy in the deck. Ancient of Yore, pretty nice, giving you the card draw and the armor gain, and like I said, would be pretty nice getting extra copies with the Cursed campaign. The Arcanite Defense Crystal, pretty chunky taunt minion, going into the starship, making it taller is very nice, and the armor ain't no joke either. Bartender Bob is in here as well. He is another stall tool for you. Basically, he is going to be, most cases, freezing the board. And also, if you're super low on cards, you could be doing broken things like freezing the entire board and drawing a gajillion cards with the help of Slippery Slope again this way. That might also be an interesting thing to do, even though a lot of the times with this deck you're not really going to find yourself with too few cards. Kill Jaden is basically a safety net for you for once you play your Wheel of Death. And interesting thing you could actually be doing with this guy is you could literally play this guy on turn 7 and then play the Wheel of Death. That obviously is not going to destroy the Kill Jaden deck, but also you're just not going to even take any fatigue damage this way. But in most cases, you'd be happier into actually drawing more stuff from your actual deck before you actually do commit to the Kill Jaden, so there's that too. A lot of the time, big demons are just not that big for you. You would be happier getting a little bit more of the removal and hard removal cards out of your deck instead. Exodar could be used in all sorts of different ways here. Usually you would be getting a lot of extra armor with it, but in some cases you could even snipe the opponent off with, if you have a big starship already, you could just do something silly like 0 mana Ceaseless to clear the entire board and then just waltz face with the Exodar damage. Because indeed, with all the Reborns, you could be having above 20 damage out of your starship this way, which ain't no joke. You could also be using it to get 1 mana copies, even though that's rare, and you could most of the time use it for just a gajillion armor, because that would help you live long enough for the wheel to actually proc, and for you to control yourself out of the opponent's damage. The wheel, even though the name of the deck is Wheel Warlock, sometimes you just don't get to play it. Honestly, I didn't get to actually win with the wheel even once on my 1 hour with this deck last stream, so definitely do not always play the deck for the wheel. Against some opponents, in order to win, all you have to do is just not die. So the wheel is just basically a hard win condition for you against control decks that are just not gonna allow you to kill them with chip damage or big men or anything like that, so don't always go for the wheel. Sometimes the wheel will hurt you more than it would help. Table Flip, extremely powerful in here, usually played for 1 or 2 mana. Just don't forget to actually pay attention to your hand size and don't do something dumb like play something first and then ask yourself where the hell my mana go. And also, please, for the love of God, do not coin this card out. Just don't. And last we have Ceaseless Expanse, great control tool, but also amazing for you to even go face with the help of Exodar, like I said. All around, still a very broken card. For the matchups, as you see, very, very skill-testing deck. You are gonna be very, very bad against the Rini Priest. I don't think you can do much against that matchup, at least off the top of my head. Just sounds like a hard counter for your deck. Shaudrasil Pally apparently is also on the negative, which does beg the question, why the hell is this deck this good in Top Legend? Maybe it's actually not such a bad matchup, but a skill issue instead. Hard to say. I would love to read your thoughts in the comments about that one. We can see things like Imbued Druid might be a little bit too big for you, and Big Demon Hunter is also quite strong, but still, the deck is actually capable of bringing you to Top Legends, so if you know exactly what you're doing with this one, you should be doing kind of good. As for the mulligan, here's what it looks like going first. Nidus Worms, definitely MVP, because you definitely want your Ultralisk Cavern ASAP. You can also just straight up keep that. Ancient of Yore ain't bad. The Starship pieces, the cheap ones at least, are pretty good. Depending on the matchup, Table Flip might be great. Mortal Coil might make sense, especially if you're expecting 1 health idiots out of the opponent. Eternal Layover, kinda decent, but as you see, not very keepable. I guess it's a niche card you could be keeping against certain opponents, but probably not so much in most cases. As for on the coin, we can see plenty of the same stuff. Here even things like Ancient of Yore become a lot more keepable. I'd say your removal here is even more important because the opponent is going to be first on the board, so you will need to be reacting. But the rest looks pretty much same stuff. All around that's it for the deck. Far from cheap, 6 legendaries in this one, so try not to be crafting too much if you're missing too many of these cards, because the new mini set is around the corner. It's going to be coming in about 10 days, so would be a bad idea for you to be spending your last bits of dust on a deck that might not be even that strong in a few weeks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like and a subscribe would be awesome. But now, let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 1000 legend with it. Hope you enjoy. What was that supposed to mean even?
Peace is not always the answer.
My plans are coming to fruition.
I don't think we keep any of these going second against the mage. The Yore is somewhat keepable actually, but I'm not too keen on it. Yeah, let's just keep the Yore, I guess. Yeah, this kind of looks a bit better. Looks to be a Protoss Mage. We are gonna gain an obscene amount of armor against them, so we should be fine. But for how long? He's hard running this? Who the fuck does that? Discover a secret set, its cost to 1 mana. I mean, he always gets counterspell, doesn't he? Who the fuck does this? Just Spell Mage, innit? That ain't too bad. I'm just gonna tempo that instead of playing the 1 mana thing. If we thought deck Summoner Dark Marrow, that'd be OP. I guess if I played this, I would have been able to also drop a Yore. Let's drop a Yore for now. Not in a hurry for the 8/8. I'll save the location we have consume after all. There you go. Wait and you shall receive.
Low in price, high in fun. Low in price, high
The
in
fuck is that
fun.
even? Well, that was pretty lucky for him.
Finally, I can rest in peace.
That went so well. We're nice and healthy. Let's hope he did not get lucky with Yogg. Didn't. Well, there goes the board, but it's fine. This is fine. Surely we never lose against this guy, though, unless the Yogg is absolutely broken. Yeah, kinda. Guilting on both fronts. Let's just do this guy. Make some room with this. Okay. I don't think we even care about a wheel against this guy, do we?
I wonder.
Let's just play the expensive crap. He's kind of on his last limb. I can just use this to get myself... I can actually draw a couple of these with the help of his idiot. I could also just play Arcanite and Reborn. That's gonna give me this guy with more armor. It's gonna give me an extra armor out of this.
I wonder.
I'm honestly just wasting both our times right now trying to figure out the best way to do this, but yeah, let's just do this and reborn everything, and that's gonna feel pretty good for me, honestly. More card draw, more armor, all of that good stuff. Yikes. I can just now launch this starship for a gajillion armor out of it and feel good about it, can't I? Could also do this if I want to be a greedy bastard. I think I'll actually do this and be a greedy bastard still. This. Can draw nothing out of this. Can heal back to full with the help of this thing. Can play this thing. Draw a bunch with that. And that's about it. No need to be hero powering. Oh no, anyway.
Time runs out on me.
Okay, sick burn, yeah. How much we have on this? 20. He's almost dead if I just go for the damage out of it. I mean, I just do that, right? No reason not to. Fuck it, man. I'm just gaining the armor and never losing against this guy. I don't wanna get fucked by some random nonsense. You could also get a copy out of this shit, so that'd be a damn shame, but I do have the 0 mana ceaseless to get it fucked. Just digging for the free drops, it seems.
You win this.
Did he not get him? Doesn't matter. No, we don't care about the wheel on this one, man. As long as we don't die, we just win.
Gul'dan versus Valir.
I never turn down a good brawl.
My plans are coming to fruition.
Okay, yours in here. Just a your, I'd say.
Job's done.
Okay, let's go ahead with this thing, I guess. Okay. Nothing too fancy here. I might as well just slap a hero pair, heal back to full. Let's get this guy out of here.
shadows. Arise, twin shadows.
Okay, he's making moves. How dare he move? This gives us both mana. Let's go ahead and see what the draw be. Not super important to me. I'm gonna just hero power again for free basically, and kill this thing.
This treasure ain't fit for our pirates.
This guy's toast.
I'll just go for Yor for now and next turn. Use the Flippy. Okay, there's the thing. The Flippy is basically free. What else are we gonna do this turn though? Not much. But yeah, we flip some of them tables.
I get
Yeah, this hand's looking good. Let's do that then. Yeah, had to be that one apparently. Fuck. Yeah, hard to say, Avelli. These are the questions that keep me up at night. Then again, we all know how unallowed drugs are on bodybuilding competitions now, don't we? About that.
another tower down.
What happened to no one left behind?
Let's get this thing out as well, I guess. Should I? Oh, it was that all along? Okay, I guess. Guess I'll freeze this and call it a turn. Next turn I might just tempo both of these. Turn after maybe blast that out if we're pressed, but we shouldn't be. Where are all the pallies at today? Where are all the priests? Kinda weird. Hey, how's it going, Cax? Cax in the hoose. I am curving out pretty dog watery. If I do this and give it the cursed, that does trigger him and we at least kill the 3/4, so that's something.
Time runs out on me.
The Wheel of Death, just what the doctor ordered. Not.
I wonder.
We are kind of getting shafted, not gonna lie. Think I'm gonna go and grab the armor out of this. Hey, how's it going, Roki? Welcome. It's very important. Actually, if I just blasted it for the damage, wouldn't that have healed me back to... I should have blasted. Was the new hotness? Still kind of the same stuff. Pallies, priests. That kind of stuff. Rogue. Nothing too different. Oh damn! Roki going in hard again though. Roki going in hard. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Going in with the 20 gifted. We really gotta figure out a better sound effect for the 20 gifted, not gonna lie. This guy realizes this thing is still gonna spell burst the shit out of him, right? Does he realize? The only way I trigger it effectively would be with the wheel, though. And I really need it to trigger right now, so let's just murder the rest of our Dexicle. Get all of this lifesteal shenane out. Do we want a couple of 8/8s? We don't not want a couple of 8/8s, so let's get a couple of 8/8s then. But yeah, thanks very much for the gifted subs, Roki. Real nice of ya. Again, just like that, completed the whole thing.
Creature faces a choice. Serve another or die alone.
There we go. We're gonna have to blast 3, spin the wheels after this. Oh god, he also destroyed his deck, that's funny. Well, his wheel doesn't do shit, mine does. Yeah, destroyed a little bit harder. That was fascinating indeed. Guess it was my turn to have fun on this one, not gonna lie. I have a feeling it was my turn to have fun. If I was a betting man, I'd say it was my turn to have fun. That was really, really bad Yogg in the box for this guy. Really, really bad. Oh god. We're not out of the woods yet, that much has been said. Not out of the woods one bit. Fuck. That is a fucking godsend if I've seen one. The godliest of scents. Gotta do it. Just kill the big man. We should never be losing like this. Then again, he does have the big man in there too. Okay. Look. We are actually losing this one, aren't we? Fucking hell. If I launch that ass... Okay, game is really trying to push me in this one, huh? So we launch... Didn't we get an Arcanite Defense Crystal in this bitch? Either way, that's my play. Can't trigger that. Yeah, he did. I'm kind of sleepy, aren't I? I'm just playing this. We either live or we don't. Hero powering there. I guess if it gave me one more of these, it could have worked, but... If he trades the 14 here... Oh my goodness. That kind of strikes me as a GG for him, though. I think we lost it. If I was a betting man, I'd say we ate shit here. If I was a betting man. Really thought it's our turn to have fun on this one, apparently. Not so much. Not so much, apparently. Draw the rest of your deck, dude. I mean, he just shuffled a bunch of shit in there, so... Drawing... Not doing that much here. Alas, it was all ass. Fascinating. God damn it, dude. One turn. One fucking turn. Oh well, it do be like that sometime. Definitely could have done better on these games. Half of them I could have done better for sure. So yeah, thanks again, guys. Check out the new top 5. Check out raids. Have a good one, and I will see you on Thursday, my dudes. Have a good one. Bye.